Friends, thank you for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. I have a few words to just share with you. Bear with me. 11 years ago, St. Mark's took a risk and called me, a 29-year-old priest who had been serving in Michigan, to come and minister among you as your new priest. For 11 years, I have been gifted with the opportunity to walk alongside you, to pray with you, to grow with you, to learn what it is to be Jesus's community here in East Longmeadow. They have been times of joy and times of challenge. I have been so grateful for the opportunity to laugh with you, to cry with you, to celebrate with you, and to grow ever more into the community Jesus calls us to be here in East Longmeadow, a community that can say with authenticity and honesty that Christ welcome all, we welcome you. I have treasured this time as your priest. And that reality makes what I'm about to say all that much more hard. Friends, I have been called to be the new priest in Portland, Maine at Trinity Episcopal Church, a church located in the heart of an urban setting, in the heart of a city that is growing, that is vibrant, that is diverse, a city that is home to my family, to Angela's family, a city where we have deep connections with longtime friends. East Longmeadow has truly been our home for the past 11 years, but Portland and the state of Maine have continued to hold a deep place in our hearts. And so, I have decided, after much prayer and much consideration, to accept a call as the priest in charge of Trinity Church beginning December the 1st of this year. Now let me tell you a little bit about how this all happened, because the fact of the matter is I was not looking to move and to leave St. Mark's and start ministry in a different place. As of this June and much of July, I hadn't even looked at my resume since I had applied here in East Longmeadow back in 2009. The idea of leaving hadn't crossed my mind. And then in mid to late July, friends started to reach out saying, "Did you hear? Trinity, Portland, in the heart of the city, it's open. You should look at it." The first person who reached out to me, I replied saying, "I'm all set. I'm good where I am." The next person who reached out to me, I said, "Yeah, I heard about that. I'm all set." The third person who reached out to me, I turned and I looked at Angela and I said, maybe we should just learn what's going on at Trinity. And so I spoke with my spiritual director and with friends and colleagues and made the decision to open myself to the possibility of being called to a new location, to Portland, and to the people of Trinity. Over the next month or so, I started basic conversations, learning a little bit about Trinity, about their vision, about their hopes and dreams for expanding their ministries and reaching people in the heart of Portland. And as I opened my mind and my heart to that possibility, God began to call time and again, saying that this was what was right for family, and it was right for me in my vocation. It's not easy for me to make this choice. I mean it when I say I have treasured my time here in East Longmeadow at St. Mark's Church, walking alongside each one of you. So last week, when I told the vestry of this decision, after I spoke to the bishop and to the canon, to the ordinary, I found myself being filled with a mixture of emotions. Yes, excitement about returning home and starting a new chapter of ministry, but also a deep sense of loss because, friends, I cherish the time I have had here. And I cherish the community of St. Mark's, a community that is vibrant, that is welcoming, that is loving, that is strong, that is so much bigger than simply a church where I work. You are the body of Christ in this place. And I will always look at you as a place of joy and strength and goodness and grace. I will always treasure the opportunity you gave me to be your rector. I have no doubt that this news may well be somewhat shocking to you. It may be hard to hear that in the midst of this pandemic, we will be taking leave of one another. In just a few moments, an email will come out to the whole church community telling of this decision and talking a little bit about the timeline that is ahead of the work that the vestry and the executive team will be doing along with the diocese to start the process of saying goodbye and also of beginning to look for the next priest here at St. Mark's. I want you to take a few moments and read that email, read that letter. That same letter then will arrive by U.S. Postal Service, hopefully on Monday. We mailed it on Saturday. And then I want you to know that I will be here. I will continue to be here. On Monday morning, I will come in and I'll be ready to answer calls, to find ways to gather with appropriate distance, of course, to talk, to listen, for you to share what is truly on your heart, be it anger or sadness or loss or confusion. I will be here, and I look forward to finding opportunities for us to talk, to share, to pray, and to speak the truth to one another. In the days to come, know that I am praying for St. Mark's. Know that I love you and cherish you as a congregation. And know that your vestry and your diocese is in the midst of doing the good and necessary work to find the next step forward. Thank you for taking time today to hear these words. Know that my heart and my care is with you, even in the midst of this surprise. I look forward to speaking again soon and finding ways for us to speak with one another. Until then, may God's peace surround you. May the hope of Christ surround you. May you remember that it is out of leave-taking such of this, out of loss, that new life always bursts forth, for our God is a God of resurrection, a God of hope, a God of goodness, and a God of grace. Thank you once again for the opportunity to have been your priest. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care, friends.